Hello folks and welcome to Blueprints, a game which as far as I understand it is a roguelike puzzle game when you're exploring a house, and I have been told to go in this game completely and totally blind, to read and look at nothing about it, and to just play it, and this game supposedly is in the level of like Outer Wilds, which is a huge bold claim because I love Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds is one of my favorite games ever. So when I was told to come into this game like Outer Wilds, come in completely blind, come in without any information, all I did was I booted the game up, I loaded it in to make sure it worked properly, and that was it. So we're going to go in right now. I have heard great things. Reading in volumes and stuff. I'm gonna amp that up. Controls, graphics? Anything here? Hopefully we're okay on that. Save data. Yeah, we're cool. Good. Controls. Tab is... Keep fine. It'll tell me this thing that you're not even looking at that. Let's go. In. Let's do this. Hopefully there's subs if there's any volumes and any words. Loading. That is the... Looks like the tip of a fountain pen. Shh. Quiet. It rains. Dogu Bomb presents. In association with Raw Fury. A game by Tonda Ross.
Of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse.
Okay.
In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Time limit then. Okay. Blueprints. It's a nice house. Day one. And that's us, I take it. Explorer hat too, nice. Okay. We've got control. Okay, I've got a reticle. Looks like a little arrow. $49. 48. Entrance hall, rank 1. The grounds, 47. Is that a time limit? Oh crap, hang on. Okay, I can run on a shift. Good. That's not going down. I can't jump. No jumping. No feet. Okay, there's things to explore down here. There's pipes there. It is quite a considerable estate. Ooh. You know what? You know, let's not get clever right now. Let's just do what the game wants us to do before we get lost and don't even think about the basics of the game. That counter has stopped going down now. It's not movement, is it? 46, entrance hall. Theories are forming. Open only in the event of my death. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember it, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those lost summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the request. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. 1. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Ignore my hat then. 2. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. And 3. You may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice. Do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain of which room lies beyond any particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads. Abandon the path and go where you want it to lead." With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Herbert S. Sinclair. Okay. The Mount Holly blueprint you found. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access the blueprint menu by pressing Tab. Blueprint, the entrance hall, inventory, call it a day, day 4146. This reminds me of, that design reminds me of, what's it called? Betrayal at House of the Haunted Hill? Which is, considering it's one of my favorite board games, I don't know what it's called directly. It's one of my favorite board games. I love playing it with friends. House of the Haunted Hill, Betrayal at House of the Haunted Hill, that one. Anyway. Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose one movement, I guess. Fair enough, you lose one movement. When you no longer have any movement left, you will be too tired to continue. Searching the manor and call it a day. Okay, so we only have, okay, so that only changes when I change rooms, right? Okay, that's what when I stepped back in here, that was my theory. Okay, so open a door, I guess. Queen of Diamonds, Ace of Clubs. No king or queen. Sorry, no king or jack. Statues, or busts at least. Busts, different busts. One has moustache, one doesn't. Or handlebar, moustache, and beard. Is that an accurate time? No. So hang on. It is like 20 past 8 right now, so for a second it's like, hang on. Is that an accurate time? It is not an accurate time. Okay, well, let's pick a door. Good adventures always go left. Select a room to draft. Bedroom. When you enter this room, gain 2 movement. Closet has 2 items and a hallway. So if we enter from the bottom here, that lets us turn right. Okay, so we have 46 movement, 45, 47. Okay. A A drawing. It's not a photograph, unless it's meant to be a photograph within the aesthetics of this world. A drawing of a nice little lady. Don't know who that is. Greetings from Reddington. No mirror for us. At least no graphically operating mirror. The trunk is locked. Okay. Is there crouching? No crouching, no crouching, no jumping. I was looking at when they looked at the controls, there didn't seem to be a lot of fanciful controls. Here we have corridor is always locked. The parlor has that, and pantry has coins and goes to the right. This leads into other areas, so we're going to keep it open and get whatever this is. Okay, hang on. All 3 boxes contain gems. The other 2 boxes contain gems. This box contains gems. Okay. Dear Herbert, this is May the 2nd. 2nd of May, God's sake. It was a great honor. Okay, fair enough. You, the writer, clearly is American. Fair enough, May the 2nd. It was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate at the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society, and we were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlour game I had played some years back, involving 3 boxes of different colours. You had pressed me to write with particulars of the game when I found the time, and I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, M. Lowry. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only false statements. Only 1 box has a prize within. The other 2 are always empty. Okay, so 1 is always speaking the truth. At least 1 speaks the truth. At least 1 tells lies. But only 1 box is full. You found the wind-up key component of the parlor game. Okay, well, here so. All 3 boxes contain gems. We know that to be a lie. Only 1 box contains gems. The other 2 boxes contains gems. Also a lie. Only 1 box contains gems. This is speaking the truth. This box contains gems. Contains gems which are a currency of some kind. I don't get the key back though. Okay. Let's carry on. Den has a gem and has multiple doors. A guest bedroom gives you plus 10 movement. Hang on. We are... Okay, so if I do den, it gives it... So guest bedroom and closet close off everything. So if I do den here, that gives us space at the back here to keep that... In fact, there specifically, I'd have the guest bedroom there. That'd be fantastic. Very, very useful. Big clock, which seems to be sharing a time with everything else. The clocks are accurate. That is where we are right now. I wonder if that's actually significant. It's like, would this change? Would this change so that the den is always the place it's supposed to be on the map? Or did we just get really lucky really, really early on? An emerald? Which is just a gem. Gems just seem to be gems. We have movement, keys, gems. Gems can be used while drafting to pay for special floor plans. Money can be used in shop rooms found in the estate to purchase goods and services. Coins are used to unlock doors you find in the house. And movement... Yeah, okay, fine. Well, let's do the one down here then. Because this one can be a one that just ends up here. A lavatory that doesn't seem to do anything. A storeroom has a key, a gem, a coin, and nothing else. And a nook as just a key. So I'll do storeroom because it also seems to be a dead end. A coin. A key. A gem. Okay. So we know there's a chest in the bedroom. Does this key open this chest? And okay, we get our movement back again. Okay, trunk is locked. What's in the trunk? A pair of ivory dice. While drafting, you may use dice to roll new floor plans. Okay, and 5 coins, 4 coins. Okay, so we have some dice as well. Let's carry on for the den. Let's carry on the route here. A West Wing hall, a nook. Let's take West Wing hall, because that gives us more directions to go into. Rank 3 West Wing hall. I wonder what ranking is. Is ranking just like length back here? So rank 1, rank 2, rank 3? I wonder. If we go... Okay, I'm curious. So if you go this way, is the room you get out of this going to be a rank 3 room or a rank 4 room? Chapel, whenever you enter, you lose money. Whenever you draft a bedroom, gain 5. We can spend a die to redraw a floor plan. You know what? Whenever we draft a bedroom, we gain 5. We've got to spend a gem to do that. We did. Okay, whenever we draft a bedroom, we gain 5 movement. Let's keep that movement going. Okay. Oh, there's a key here. Book The Red Prince. We're playing The Blue Prince by Marion Marigold. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown made of rubies and a red castle made of stone. For the prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up. For fear of the view, he had heard that the sky was not a red hue. So he always had a book to turn his eyes down if he ever was outside when the clowns weren't around. And do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? A story that he had read in the bath and the bed. And maybe you can guess what the clues that we have said. It was the story of a boy who also wore red. And he looked like our prince, from his toes to his head. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you, in fact in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince and his book, the red book you just read. That's a nice little book. Nice little story. We are a red prince. I wonder if they'll come back to bite us at some point. Okay. Hey, there's a... Damn it. Yes, in rank 3 as well. That was a waste of bloody points, but... Okay, so we have a veranda, greater chance of finding items in green rooms. A spare room. We can spend 2 gems to get a veranda. Greater chance of finding items in green rooms. Sure, why not? Spend some gems. Oh, we found ourselves a sledgehammer. Can shatter padlocks on locked trunks. Okay, interesting. So this is... Okay. So we're here. Veranda rank 4. So this seems like it's rank 5 going this way. The door is locked. I've got a key. The corridor's always unlocked. Pantry that is just turned there. You may draw new floor plans while drafting in this room. You may draw new floor plans while drafting in this room. What does that mean? Let's find out. Okay. Drawing floor plans. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans from which you must select 1 to draft. However, there are some items in rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial 3 options. Yeah, we got the dice for that. Thank you. Hi, Herbert. Okay, we can keep going this way then. What's that? Antechamber. Do we have to reach that eventually? Maybe. Keep pushing. Chapel. Whenever you lose one, enter that. Lavatory. Redraw floor plans. A free redraw. Okay, we'll do that. Spare room. Guest bedroom. Sure, I'm happy to... It's going to be the end of a line there, but... It'll give us a bunch of extra... movement. Hurrah. Actually, opens electronically... Hang on, 1 second. Real fast. Nothing said specifically that there was going to be something in this room. I gotta check every room I get into. Nothing said that this room was going to have that in it. Sinclair, just wanted to write you a quick quick note thanking you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you had retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles, and appreciated that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Hoping your health improves shortly. KL. Okay. Well, we have to go back to the drawing room and turn left. We got money, we haven't got any gems or keys now. Okay. Back here, we'll turn this way. That's locked, we haven't got the keys for that one. Okay, I have to start going back. The next place to go to is all the way back to the entrance hall then. Okay. All the way back to the entrance hall. Which is through the bedroom as well, so at least we're going to get some movement back from the bedroom. Good, back to the entrance hall. So we need things to go, we need to go ahead. Pantry, lavatory, food for sale. I haven't got the gems for that. Well, I want to go forward. Spare room would do the trick. Opportunity to spread. No, I can't afford it anyway. Spare room. Painting. Okay, let's keep it moving. The corridors are unlocked. Hallway. We'll do a hallway again. That expands our potential directions we can keep going in. Hallway rank 3. Doors in the west wing are more likely to be locked. Huh. Okay. I'll do Nook, because that gives me a key, but also it leaves it an open space. Hammer. Key, gems, coins. Perfect. Okay, so we could carry on with Nook here. Or we go back and... Oh, hello. A journey noteworthy. As you continue on your journey, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, a scrap of paper, or perhaps the most fittingly, a journal will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. Okay. Hang on. I have a notebook. And I have a pencil as well, so we will make notes if I find a reason to do so. So far, it was something about the billiard rooms and mathematical prizes, but I'm not going to be too worried about that. Okay, so we could go Nook, which we did. Pantry makes sense now, because we need to turn anyway. Coffee grinder, egg timer, coins, banana. Banana just movement. Nice, thank you. Brigitte, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house this week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. A banana was 3. Okay, hang on. Apple, banana, orange. Banana was 3, so 5A plus 5B plus 5O equals 50. And that cost us... I forgot how much coin we got. That cost a total of 46 coins as well. Okay, so if this is 15 for that one then. So it's 5A plus 5O is 35. Noted. We'll keep that in mind. It was 4, right? Yeah, so that, if you spend 50 coins, But the amount, no, never mind. Regardless, the amount enclosed. I don't know what the amount enclosed was. Okay. Can you go up? No. Let's keep going. Kitchen is food for sale, though that does lead into the drawing room. We've got money. Actually, that's an interesting question. So does that help with anything? Because now we can that leads us into there. Sure, we have been cut off here, but I wonder if that means you can learn more things. So kitchen menu: bananas 2, club sandwiches is 8, chef salad is +5 for every green room in the house. I only have 1 green room. Main course: glazed salmon. The main course is served only in the dining room. So we haven't got a dining room, so we don't know where that is. The glazed salmon is charbroiled Cajun spiced salmon, lemon butter sauce served over spinach leaf, 20 movement plus an additional 10 if you have an aquarium in the house. I wonder if that changes every time. Don't know. The rolling pin isn't an item. We could afford... Bananas 3, club sandwiches 15 for 8. So that's what? That would give us 12 if that's at the same value. That'd be 12. That would be 7.5. That's currently a 1-to-1 because we only have one green room in the house. So we'll take the clubs. No, we won't. We're 42. We're fine. But I have to go back to the hallway now, or do I go back to the entrance hall? I'm gonna go back to the entrance hall. All the way back to the entrance hall. Then we'll turn left again. I don't know how I'm going to do the episode splits for this. And this might be a very variable dining room. Oh, dining hall. Each day a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached. But the bunk room counts as 2 bedrooms, which would be an additional 20 movement, I think. We're going to go for dining room. So it's a bit far back, isn't it? Actually, I'm thinking this will be dining room. It's a bit far back if I want to have to go all the way, because we're currently in rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once we get over there, this will open a movement. We're doing it. I have decided. So once we hit rank 8, we can come back here and get our salmon. Right, what's the corner going to be? Locksmith keys for sale. Billiard room. Puzzle. Mathematical puzzle. Let's do this. Right, and is there anything in here? Right, mathematical puzzle. I'm in theory I'm good at these, so let's find out. Anything in the bar? No, there's a dice. Okay, so what do we have here? It's nothing to do with this. The puzzle's over here. Okay. Actually, do you know what the puzzle is here? Hang on, what's on the table? Can we pick up? What can we pick up here? We can't pick up the cue. We can't pick up the balls. We can't pick up anything here. But we pick up darts? We can pick up darts. I can pick up 1 dart. And briefly I had... Okay, no, I was just using this. Okay. Eight. 4. The 8. 8 and 4 is 12. 14 twice is 28. And 19. So 28 and 19. 28 and 9 would be 37. 47. How do you do that? Think about this. So this would be 14 and 19. Is that negative? Does that remove it? It would be a 5. So 14, so 28 and 9, that's 47, but how do we do 47 here? So 8, 4 is 12. If I'm assuming it's 19 minus 14, that would be 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. 5, 4... It's not going to be 1. What is pink? Is it 9 again? No. Oh, sorry, that one, then that one, then that one, then that one. 5 times 4, 20? (15 minus 11 times 3 seems to be incorrect, because it would be 15 times 3 minus 11. That would be 45 minus 11, that doesn't fit in the board. So I'm going to guess it's going to be 15 minus 11 is 4 times 3 is 12. Correct. A couple of keys there. Good. Fun little puzzle, that. I'll take it. Walk-in closet. Lavatory. Well, that's the end of this. That's the end of this one, isn't it? Yes, it is. I can't afford that. Lavatory it is. Anything in the bathroom, though? Doesn't seem to be. It seems like a bit of a dead end here. Okay, well, the only places we got for are the dining room and the hallway. Okay. Well, dining room this way then. 7 locked doors in the Great Hall. The utility closet has a breaker box. These both seem crazily useful. I'm very confused. One... Is that it then? Hang on. I was expecting it to be like, because there's going to be 7 locked doors, I was thinking 1, 2, 3, and then sort of like take us 3 on, so that basically door would be interesting. I don't know what a breaker box does, so I'm going to go Great Hall first and see what this actually means for us. So what does this door do then? Because clearly this door is supposed to lead here. It doesn't. This door is supposed to lead this one. So what does this door do? What do these doors over here do? Oh, hell and buckshot. That's unfair. I was lucky here. Okay, we don't care about what's on this side. It's a mess. So we just treat this as a corridor. Closet passageway, gem requirement 2. Can't do that. If we did chapel, the only available space... Okay, it has to be chapel. Sorry, it has to be chapel, because if it's chapel, then I can go there and hope for the best. Unless I redraw here. No, I'll take chapel. I've only got 1 redraw left. As long as it's something I can use, I can't afford to spend a redraw. As long as it's something I can actually use, I cannot be just... So East Wing Hall... boudoir does not work. Observatory, I can't afford. Has to be East Wing Hall. Anything here I missed? Don't think so. So I haven't had the inkling. There's a lot of hidden things. Things that aren't on the map are marked, but they're not always. They don't seem to be extremely hidden. Right, where are we? Courtyard I can't afford. Conference room. Whenever items would be spread throughout the house, they are placed in this room instead. Bunk room is an end. I can't do that. I have to use conference room. I don't know what spread means. We found something that can spread before, but that wasn't a bit unclear. There's something over there to be read, though. Ooh. Some special rooms... Thank you for explaining. Some special rooms allow you to spread items throughout the house. When items are spread, they are immediately placed in several of the rooms currently in your estate. However, if you have a conference room, spread items are gathered into that room instead. Okay, well that gives us a door that way and a door that way. Save code 9083. 9083. Thank you. Reminder, after meeting adjourns, take all conference notes and place them in the office safe. The office safe. You haven't found the office yet. Is there anything else written down? No. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can pick something over here that goes that way. Wine cellar gives us gems. I'll take gems. I need gems. I need to be able to buy useful coins. MCC 1213. We put that down at 1200 and right. Okay. Again, locked. Thank God I've got a key. Right, walk-in closet, not great. You can't see floor plans while drafting in this room. Okay, it has to be this one because I can't, everything else is an end, so I have to pick dark room. I cannot see my floor plans when I'm in there, but I know what my floor plans are at this point. It's left and forward. Okay, so let's go left first of all. Locked. Okay, they're both locked. Okay, I've only got one key. I'm going to try pushing forward then. Oh, that's what you meant. So this could well be the last thing we do. So I'm going to pick that and hope for the best. Nope, that's the end of that. It's a shop. It's a shop. Heaven forfend, it's a shop. Okay. I can buy keys. Oh, my heaven forfend, I can get keys. A special key. And a lockpick kit. I bought it. We'll occasionally be able to open some locked doors. That was probably a mistake in the one. What? Do you know what special key does? Nope. But we have a lockpick kit which occasionally can open some doors. Lovely. Well. Magical moment of truth, then. Well, what does that mean for me? Okay. I'm assuming there's nothing there, nothing there. So that's it, right? What happens now? Oh, don't change rooms willy-nilly, Nemo. That doesn't work. Okay, where could I find an extra key? If I hadn't used the bloody Great Hall, if I'd known about the bloody Great Hall, well, now we know about the Great Hall. Knowledge is kept for further days. I'm assuming that the code to the office will change. I'll keep an eye on it anyway. The code to the office will change. Something just went ding. Oh, because I just lost the coins because I went to the chapel. Now I stepped out of it again, so I'm a fool. Yeah, I think we're done. So now we wander around, and I don't think we saw anything else here. But I'm gonna wander around regardless, and hopefully we'll find something that can be a key. If not, we'll let our movement expire and see what that actually causes. What happens when our movement expires? Because right now I haven't got anywhere to go, so I think we're done for the day. And we get to see what the meta progression is. So I could go into the bedroom and that'll give me 2 more movement. Actually, you know what? Now that we have the time, we'll go in here, get the points back, get out here, walk outside the front door, and go see what's down in that tunnel. Since we've got essentially time to kill right now. You've got essentially time to kill. What's down here? Is this a separate room? This could be something later on, maybe. Maybe we need some kind of light source to come back here with. We'll keep that in mind. Okay, well, I think we'll just let the movement expire, see what happens. There's also stuff in there that could also be something in the future. Okay, well, we'll let our movement expire. Actually, if you go down here, is that count as leaving? I wonder. Private drive grounds. Separate room? Screwdriver maybe over there? Private drive the grounds. Oop, hang on. Am I camping here overnight? Is this what's... The campsite. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's estate, you're not allowed to stay in the estate overnight. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. You may call it a day at any time from the blueprint menu to return to the campsite for the night. Okay, so this is where we're sleeping. And there's a lift over here. Okay. There's an orchard here as well. I'm assuming... I very much doubt it, but we'll find out. No, okay. There's also a 1, 2, 1, 3. No. Oh, hang on. I gotta try you again, haven't I? Hang on. I mean, we could go for... Am I gonna go for this? We're gonna brute for it. It'll take too long. I probably could. It'll just take too long. Right. Well, let's find a border and... If you found a kind of code to the orchard or something, then that's something to think about. Can we... Okay, we have to use the menu. In this case, we could use the menu to call it a day, but let's find out what happens if our time actually expires. Private drive grounds. Okay, private drive grounds. Campsite. Private drive grounds. Campsite. Okay. You've used all your movement and mouse now call today. You have pushed yourself to the very edge of exhaustion and must now return to your campsite to get some rest. You can continue your search tomorrow, but the house might be a little bit different. Day 1, Mount Holly Villa. Total rooms 26, rank reached 6, steps taken 81, items found 3. Save and continue these, but we'll carry on next time, folks. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.